We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello everyone, myself Professor Dhaval Patel from SN Patel Institute of Technology and Research Center. I am here to explain important concept of programming for problem solving with subject code 3110003. So let's start with Unit 1, Introduction to Computer and Programming. The most important term of computer engineering is computer and programming. So the first question arises, what is computer? Basically, computer is an electronic device which accept input from user, store that input, process that input and generate output. User can give input with different types of input devices and user can check output with the use of different output devices. Okay, the most important term from computer is hardware. Okay, what is hardware? You can say physical component of computer system is called hardware, or another definition is touchable and sensible parts of your computer system is called hardware. You can say the parts that can be touchable and sensible by user is ultimately a hardware. And you can say all the physical components connected with your computer system is ultimately a hardware. Some examples are keyboard, mouse, monitor, speaker, printer, etc. These are the hardwares. So computer is an electronic device which accept input from user, store it, process it and generate output. And physical components of your computer system are hardware, or you can say touchable and sensible parts of your computer system is ultimately a hardware. Next term is software. Okay, basically collection of different types of program. If you are collecting more than one program, if you are binding more than one program, then ultimately it is known as a software. So collection of different types of program is called software. And basically program is a set of different types of instruction, different types of task. Okay, from that definition, non-touchable and sensible parts of your computer system are called software. The parts of computer system that are non-touchable and non-sensible, these parts are called software, and examples are MS Word, PowerPoint, etc. There are 2 types of software, basically system software, you can say inbuilt software. Second is application software, you can say applications that are installed by individual users. So software will further divide into 2 parts, system software and application software. Okay, next move to major components of computer system. The most important concept, or you can say most important question of this chapter, major component of computer system, will further divide into 3 parts. You can say it is broadly categorized into 3 parts. First is input device with which user can give input. Second is CPU. Third is output device. Okay, CPU will include 3 parts: ALU, main memory and CU. Okay, ALU stands for arithmetic and logical unit. It is responsible to perform mathematics related tasks. Second is main memory. It is responsible for storing each and every instruction. You can say each and every instruction, each and every process done by CPU, that is stored in main memory. And main memory will include different types of file memory. In that, first one is RAM. Second is ROM, PROM, EPROM, double EPROM. From that RAM stands for random access memory, ROM stands for read-only memory, PROM stands for programmable read-only memory, EPROM stands for erasable programmable read-only memory. Next, double EPROM stands for electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. Next, third part is control unit. Control unit will control each and everything of your computer system. You can say it is responsible for controlling each and every activity of your computer system. Okay, next topic is computer language. If you want to communicate with any system, any device, then you have to use that particular platform called language. So the language which is used to communicate with computer is ultimately known as computer language. Whatever language you can use to communicate with your device, with your hardware, with your computer system is ultimately known as computer language, and it is broadly classified into three types. In that, first one is machine level language, second is assembly level language, third is high level language. Okay, machine level language is also known as a binary level language, and it allows you to insert or store data in the form of zeros and ones. It only allows you to insert data in the form of zeros and one, or you can say it only accept input from user in the form of zeros and ones. So it is ultimately known as a binary level language. Next, second is assembly level language. Assembly level language will allow user to insert data in the form of capital A to Z, small a to Z, and 0 to 9. So user can insert all alphabetical form instructions and numerical form instructions. Okay, third and the most important language is high level language. High level language will allow user to insert capital A to Z, small a to Z, 0 to 9, and special symbols. Ultimately, user can insert any kind of data with the use of high level language. So basically the language which is ultimately used to communicate with computer system, it is known as a computer language, and three parts are machine level language, 0 1, assembly level language A to Z and 0 to 9, high level language capital A to Z, small a to Z, 0 to 9, and it allows special symbols as well. Okay, next is problem solving technique. But the first question arises, what is problem? What the problem is, you can say unexpected thing occurs during the execution of your program. The unexpected thing while writing program, while debugging program, while compiling program, while interpreting program. So the unexpected thing occurred during the execution of your program is ultimately known as a problem, or you can say it is exception. Okay, there are certain steps. There are certain steps for problem solving. Okay, in that, first one is define the problem. Firstly, you have to define what the problem is. For that problem, in second step, you have to gather particular data or requirement gathering are there for that particular problem. In third step, decide effective solution. You have to decide which solution is very much effective to that particular problem. In fourth part, implement and evaluate solution. You have to implement that effective solution. After implementing that solution, you have to evaluate, you have to track that particular solution, and in last step you have to review the result, what the result will be of that particular problem. So the steps of problem solving are: identify the problem, required data for that particular problem. You have to require that particular data, or you can say requirement gathering is there. Next, decide effective solution. Next, implement and evaluate the solution and review the result. Next, problem solving most important techniques are algorithm and flowchart. From that, first one is algorithm. Okay, simply algorithm is known as a step-by-step solution of problem. If you are writing in English step-by-step solution of any kind of problem, then ultimately it is known as algorithm. So the basic definition is step-by-step solution of problem is algorithm. To write algorithm, you have to follow special instructions. You can say specific instruction or special commands are there. Basically, algorithms are user friendly and easy to write. You can easily write algorithm, and one can easily understand the algorithm as well. You can write algorithm in English like language, and it is easy to understand the logic and debug it. Okay, the limitation of algorithms are, it is very much time consuming. Sometimes it is difficult to write for complex problems. The most important concept of computer programming, that is branching and looping. Branching is all about, it provides two possibilities. If your condition is true, then true part of statement will print. If your condition is false, then false part of statement will print, and ultimately end. Looping. Looping is ultimately a thing when you know in advance how many times your statement will be executed. So this most important aspect, branching and looping, it is difficult to show with the use of algorithm. So algorithm is sometimes complex problems solution cannot be identified the algorithm. Okay. Next topic is flowchart. Flowchart is basically graphical representation of algorithm, or you can say pictorial representation of algorithm. Basically, flowchart is a suitable method for communicating between user and program. If you want to communicate user and program, then you can use flowchart. It is easy to understand because there are graphical notations, and you can easily find out and correct that particular error occurred in flowchart. Okay, to draw a flowchart, you have to use a different types of symbol or different types of notation. That notation are start and end, process, predefined process, decision making, flow lines, input output, on page connector and off page connector. From different activity, different notations are there. If you want to start an activity, then you have to start symbol. For and, you have to use and. If you want to display process, then you have to use process symbol. If you want to check condition, then you have to use fourth symbol, decision making. If you want to show flow from A part to B part, B part to C part, C part to D part, likewise, then you have to use flow lines. If you want to display different inputs and different outputs, then you have to use input and output symbols. Okay, next, limitation of flowchart. Basically, flowchart is a graphical representation, but if modification is there, if modification has to be done, you have to redraw your flowchart again. Sometimes it is wastage of time because it will slow down your process, and the most effective limitation of flowchart is they are quietly costly to produce. So guys, in this session we have discussed about different basic concept of introduction to computer and programming. What is computer, different parts of your computer. I hope you guys are able to understand the content of that particular video. Thank you.